Yeah, go inside, brothers.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our game of the week. The energy today just feels different in here. We've been building toward this game. This is one both teams have had circled on the schedule since the start of the season. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense comes on the field first today. And here comes the tight end who's having such a great season. Kirk, you talk to opponents, and they always use the same phrase, matchup nightmare, this guy.
Well, what stands out to me with this guy is it's not very often, you're right, that defensive coordinators are most concerned about a tight end. But in this case, that is exactly what we're dealing with. This guy can hurt you in so many different ways.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well. Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Horde. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Here's the second down play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Here's a screen pass to the running back. They finally get him down, but a solid gain in that screen pass. Good call there.
That's a nice completion here by this Michigan offense. And when Michigan is really clicking, you think about over the years, they've been efficient within that passing game, being able to throw the football to complement a very physical running game. Nice play.
Handoff here from the shotgun. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And the defense able to hold. Short gain. Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looking to scramble now. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Well, Chris, that's a great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and then pick up the first down.
They'll run it to the right side. Nowhere to run up the middle.
Well, this offense has really been moving the ball at will on this drive. And a nice job here on this defense to finally come up and make a nice play for no gain.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Same tailback, another carry. And that run produces a decent gain. So the offense faces third and short from the plus 26. Might be four down territory, but let's see what the call is here. And he'll set up to throw. Makes a quick grab. And he went backwards after the catch. That'll set up a fourth down now.
Well, obviously you're going to throw the football on third down. But, man, they complete that pass and lose yardage to set up this big fourth down.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Here early in the game, the defense right away realizes what they're up against. Having an opportunity to move this receiver around to give him a chance to get out in space are the plays that can really cause a defensive coordinator headaches.
The Wolverines hoping to punch it in here. They have first and goal. First and goal, handoff. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. Second down and goal. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. They stop him again. Back-to-back plays go nowhere here on the goal line. So no gain on second down. Now it's third and goal from the 2. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create good field position. Tremendous toughness here. He brings it back to the 18 before stepping out. So Buffalo's offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. If there's one guy on this defensive side, Kirk, who can be a game wrecker, it's this elite pass rusher, very much on the quarterback's mind today.
Yeah, Chris, but it's going to be very tough. This quarterback does a nice job of moving around in the pocket, and also he's going to have an awareness of exactly where this guy is and have a clock in his mind about how quickly that ball needs to get out.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Here's that defense shifting again. Play action here on first down. Quick throw over the middle. Looks downfield and connects with a wide open wide receiver. Tackle made after a big gain. Gain moves the ball to the 40. It'll be first down.
Nice play action call here by this offensive coordinator. You know, you can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight throw like this, pick up some big yards.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Makes a quick catch. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down. Offense facing third and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough fourth down decision? They'll try to run for the first down. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Quick throw caught on the left side. And they get him down after the completion. Second down after that run on the previous play. Keeping it on the ground here. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. Offense operating at high tempo now. No huddle. Off the play fake. Looking to throw on first down. Quick pressure. They've got him down for a sack.
Boy, how about the push up front by the big fellas here? And when you can get pressure like this, that's what separates good defenses from great defenses. And you think back to the Michigan teams, when they've been exceptional, they've had defensive line played just like that.
Second and long for this offense after the sack. Back in motion now. Second down, looking to throw it. Caught quickly. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
Well, the offensive line does everything they can to try to protect the quarterback, to give him enough time to find an open receiver, but there's nobody there downfield. He ends up throwing it to the back. But how about the speed of this defense? Now you're looking at a third down.
After consecutive losses, they need a miracle here on 3rd and a mile. The corner is now playing a couple yards off the ball. Just gives up on the play, throws it away, and now it's 4th down.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on 3rd down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big 4th down coming up.
The attempt is no good. He missed it. And after the miss, still down by 7.
Well, that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. And now you can see he's hanging his head. That poor kicker.
Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. Hands off to the left. Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this 1st quarter run out. So, Kirk, Michigan has the lead here at the end of the quarter. And at the end of the 1st quarter, let's check out the stats so far. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. And it's incomplete that time, just out of reach of the receiver. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. He'll hand it off. A 1st down pickup, tackled at the 45.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. 1st down, looking to throw the football. Caught over the middle. It's 4. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback.
Well, Chris, you watch a completion like that, and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Griese had in 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Grbac and all the great receivers. So this is within their history, and it's good that they're leaning on it.
He'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete under heavy pressure. A big 4th down stop. The Buffalo offense is back out on the field now.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. A completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack. This big guy's up front will have to regroup now. It's 2nd and 14. A quick throw out left, complete. And the defense swarms
Yards, or the defense completely negates that. The team speed from the defense here wins that play.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
Really good job here by the defense in coverage. Did a nice job here of staying in phase with the receiver. There's no chance for a completion at all.
And he's made it from 50 yards out, showing off the deep range. Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
Boy, this guy has such a strong leg. No problem. Up into the net from 50 plus.
And the returner will be brought down. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. Last time the defense got a big 4th down stop. Let's see what the offense can do this time. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Second down after that run on the previous play. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass falls incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. The Wolverines will have to kick this away. And that's the first punt of the afternoon for this offense. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the Buffalo offense back out there. The last drive produced 3 points thanks to an excellent long-range field goal. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're set up at their 40. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it go quickly. Grab down the middle. It's Johnson. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And here's the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Second down after that run on the previous play. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. He's got it for a big gain. Brought down to the 18, and suddenly this offense is in the red zone. This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. On the handoff, they'll test the right side here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Second down play coming up for this offense. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Coverage team brings down the returner. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. And for a loss of 5 yards. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure, and now it brings up 3rd down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Checks this down to the running back. Yardage. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength.
Boy, this is every defense's worst nightmare. They have everything covered downfield. The quarterback just has given up on the play, checks it down to the back. And instead of rallying to the football to keep him short of the 1st down, he is so elusive, he picks up 1st down yards.
Short throw to the back, caught behind the line of scrimmage. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. They'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Oh, and he dropped it. You don't see that often from this guy. Brings up 4th down. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. He'll field the punt. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Bulls offense is back out on the field. They got off to a slow start, but they have been clicking lately. Can they build on this lead now in the 2nd quarter? So the first play of the drive coming up here, under 3 minutes to play before half. Off the play fake on 1st down. On the run, he'll let it go. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. 1st down here for this offense.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Off play action, he's looking to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
A lot of times college football, the game comes down to just a play or two. And that's a missed opportunity by this offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to come back to that same play in the 2nd half.
And it's the senior getting home with the sack. And now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. Defense are going to keep the pressure up on this 3rd down.
42 Spider. 4-2.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Again, he's just trapped and sacked in the pocket.
Great call here going with that nickel defense, giving you more speed on the field on that 3rd down and long. Nowhere to go. Gave the defensive line plenty of time to come up with that sack. And now it's 4th down and long.
They'll kick it away here. On the return, it's West. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining 1st half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it again later, or maybe in the second half.
And he's back to throw again on 2nd down. Running back has it on a screen now. Football comes out. Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover.
Chris, this could end up being a critical play in this game. If they don't have a chance to come back and end up winning this game, the coach could look back at this very play and wonder if things could have turned out differently, if they would have been able to hold on to the ball and gotten some points before the half.
Well, this middle linebacker can play all over the field. That's how they bring him in the blitz, and he gets home.
Yeah, usually you think of this middle linebacker, he's kind of a sideline-to-sideline player defending the run, but here the timing and the instincts as a blitzer coming right through the middle of that offensive line, and he gets to the quarterback.
And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now. The decision is not to go for it on 4th down. Here comes the field goal team. Trying to connect from 40 yards out. Knocks that one right down the middle.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So they settled for 3 here, and now the kickoff. See if the opposing offense can answer before halftime. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Took contact on the throw. And it's incomplete. Just 10 seconds remaining now. 2nd down after the incompletion. Takes the handoff, and he'll head left. And the defense tackles him in what should be the final play of this first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Guys, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Western New York. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
The Wolverines will kick this away to begin this. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the Bulls offense back out of the field. Important possession here to begin the third quarter as they try to continue momentum from the first half and build on this lead.
Okay, ready.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
They get the second half started with their running play. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker. Inches away. An empty backfield on second and short.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring second and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down. Handoff in a single back formation.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Brought down, but crosses midfield to the 46. Offense right to the line, playing with tempo now. On first down, it's play action. Looking for his big tight end. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will set up the offense at the 38.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. They're finally looking to click. This has been a struggle for both offenses so far. They'll try the right here. Well, they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
That play was perfectly defended. You know, sometimes as an offense and an offensive coordinator, you hit a wall, and it's time to mix some things up on what you show the defense.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Looking to pass here on second down. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Hey, it's a game, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down. And the Wolverines will line up to kick it away. And the returner will be brought down. The Buffalo offense is back out on the field now. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. Ball handed off. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. They're going to run it here. Tackle right at the 30. Good enough to move the sticks. See what the call is on 1st and 10. Linebackers moving around trying to confuse the offense. Single back takes the handoff. And the run moves the ball up to the 33. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Tough spot. The offense has to convert a 3rd and long from the 30 to get this drive going. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down. And here comes the punter onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the second time. And that sets up a return. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? They start the drive with a quick throw to the right. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Second down after that run on the previous play. It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Looking to throw it from the red zone. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a 1st and goal now.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards and a 1st down. And I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. And he powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They knock through the PAT and go on top 14-13. Now they get set to kick it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the returner steps out at the 20. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Buffalo offense back out there. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. Can they begin to click now? 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. 2nd down after that previous play. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Tackle right at the 30. Good enough to move the sticks. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. Offense will keep it on the ground here. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line. Offense in hurry-up mode. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Jukes to get free. Tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a 1st down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket now. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit. Important 2nd down play coming up. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Got him for a sack. A big play made by one of the senior leaders of this defense. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down. And the punt team now on to kick it away. He's on to boot it away now. That punt heading out of bounds, so there'll be no return here. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He flips it to the back across the middle. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down.
Now the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Now it's second down here. Snags the quick throw. He's found some room at the 45. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defense coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes. And this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
It's a good, solid gain. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. It's a quick grab. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Well, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Ball carrier brought down. What is the final play of this third quarter? So, Kirk, Michigan has the lead here at the end of the quarter. Sitting in pretty good position as we wrap up the third quarter. Let's check out the game stats so far. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. The quarterback's got it on the option. He'll toss it to the back. Brought down quickly after the pitch. The defense reading that option very well.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Offense set for the 6th play in this drive. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Picked off, a crucial turnover. And they bring him down. Great play by the defense, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the play stands. The defensive penalty is declined. Offense very happy to take the result of that play. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He makes the grab. Rips off a big gain. Finally tackled at the 46.
Was a great job of working the middle of the field by this quarterback, and he picks up big yards.
Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? He's going to hand this off. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. No huddle here for the offense. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. He is a load to bring down. Finally, a strong tackle by the cornerback gets him. From the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down. So now we'll have a field goal attempt, one of the biggest moments of this game so far. And this one of those pressure moments in a place kicker's life to put his team on top here in the 4th quarter. And this one is right through. And with that, they retake the lead. They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 20. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Opening play of the drive, he looks right for a completion. Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff and moves the ball to the 37 for a 1st down.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Here's the handoff. Everyone moves the ball across the 40.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Second down after that run on the previous play. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards, didn't quite get the 1st down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Going the other way. Can they stop him? Touchdown, Buffalo. Wow, what a play. A defensive score. And the interception taken to the house. A pick-6. Potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick-6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
And the kickoff will be returned. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick-6 in the last possession. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Running back grabs it on a screen. They bring him down, but the back able to pick up some decent yardage in that screen. The Wolverines hustle to the line to run that hurry out.
It's a nice completion there, Chris. And this possession at this point in the game is critical for them. They've got to focus on putting points on the board right now to make this a one-possession game.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up 3rd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. but give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Can he get there on the ground? Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And he's brought down. A sack for the defense coming up big on this 4th down play.
Chris, I understand being down a couple scores, it's 4th down, you've got good field position. Hey, let's keep this drive alive. I understand why you go for it. Unfortunately, not able to execute it. This could cost him the ball game.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. So off the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 11. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Gets rid of it on the move. Dumps it down to the back. Caught. Tackle at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now. Look at a throw on 3rd and goal. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Coach makes the decision to go for a 2-point conversion. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kirk.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. The last time they went forward on 4th down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Looking for his big tight end. Oh, a nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass. Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. And he drops back in the gun. The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying.
First down here for this offense. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And the quarterback just kneels down. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Looks like the offense will just take a knee here. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. And that's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No. The offense just going to take a knee here. This one is over, and they can begin to think about how to improve. 2nd down play coming up. Well, they had some high hopes, Kirk, coming into this game. They practiced well, prepared well. They were optimistic, but things just did not work out, and that's a tough loss.
Yeah, their opponent just made more plays than they did, plain and simple. But there's a lot to learn from losses like this, and the smart coaches know how to use them to motivate their team moving forward.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.